Jim Tooman is a man that has done many things in his lifetime, more than just about any one person I think I've ever seen before. He was born in the Hell's Kitchen area of New York City. I think he may allude to that, talk about that a little bit today. He has a master's degree from Columbia University in New York. He's developed 3 national programs dealing with youth, women, and military veterans. As we told you on the PA the last week or so, he's had a lot of national exposure as far as being on ABC, NBC, and CBS National News, the Today Show, Good Morning America, Our Magazine, National PM Magazine, and the Charles Kuralt Morning Show. He's been featured in Newsweek, USA Today, Business Week, Life, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, Los Angeles Times. Most of you have seen the article in last week's Detroit Free Press about Jim Tooman. He's been in the Detroit News. He was the subject of a half-hour documentary film shown nationwide in the country of Japan last year. He was a member of the 1980 Olympic bobsled team. He's done some interesting things in terms of being a circus clown, a rodeo rider, a symphony musician, a cake decorator, and a parade enthusiast. Last summer, he spent the summer working as a famine relief worker in the country of Ethiopia. 2 years ago, he spent the entire summer working as a roadie with the rock group Journey. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Journey. I also have some other information on him in my office, but I think I've probably said enough about Jim Tooman. He will be with us for our assembly program this morning. He also will be in the building the rest of the day. A couple of things about the way the morning's going to go. We probably are going to be in here at least for an hour, maybe a little longer than that this morning. We will work in student breaks. Could I have people's attention back here, please? We will get everyone's breaks in this morning, but we'll probably be on an altered break schedule for the morning. That's it.
All right.
Jim Tooman. Boom.
Who's the most important person? Who said? Your father. Who's the most important person you know? Who's the most important person you know? Okay, who's the most important person you know? Your mom. Who's the most important person you know? Your dad. Who's the most important person you know? I'm waiting for somebody to come up. Go. Your mother. Go. Who's the most important person you know? Me. Who said me? Me. Raise your hand. Who's the... Go. Did you notice what happened? Every one of you laughed at this. Every one of you felt uncomfortable about this. But if you don't feel like you have any value, you have very little in your life to share. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. You spend most of your life pulling people and sucking for people as opposed to really getting down and giving to people in your life. Unfortunately, wait a minute, let me see a show of hands of all those in this room that do not believe that that's a conceited statement, that you have the most value to yourself. Let me see a show of hands that do not believe that's a conceited statement. Why don't most of you who stuck your hands up to say that you were the most important person, why don't you buy into that concept? It's not a conceited statement. The better you feel about yourself, the more you have to share. It's just that simple. Unfortunately, and it's very sad that most of you didn't put your hands up when I asked if that was a conceited statement, because deep down inside, as I say, the better you feel, the easier it is to give. Let me show you how easy it is, though, to buy into other people's concepts of value. What's your first name? Jackie. Jackie, let's assume that everybody in this room and everybody in this school got together and decided you were absolutely the ugliest person that they ever seen. I mean, really deep down ugly, Jackie. And they kept walking past in the halls and saying, Jackie, you are so incredibly ugly. And everywhere you went home, and even your parents decided that you were ugly. You went in the store and people kept great eyes. She is really attractive. I love being around her. She has a great smile. She makes my day. How do you feel then? Pretty good. What have we done in 30 seconds? We've taken Jackie from feeling ugly about herself to feeling great about herself only because every one of you in this room decided that's how she should feel. And you buy into it. You allow that to happen. Last May, very close friends of mine have 5 children, age range 19 to 14. Every time I would go over to their house, they'd be putting down their 14-year-old son. Every time. Why can't you be more like your brothers and sisters? Why can't you be on time? Why can't you get better grades? Why? They came home for a party the Saturday before Memorial Day, walked in the house, the bathroom door was locked. They broke down the bathroom door. This 14-year-old boy had hung himself in the shower, and there was a big note on the outside of the door that said, "But you didn't like me anyway." And I thought to myself, what a waste! He was someone that had the rest of their lives ahead of him. He was a sensitive, caring, talented young man that had the rest of his life ahead of him. And he bought into what his parents decided, or he bought into what his friends decided. And that's real easy to do. We spend our lives looking at other people's values instead of developing our own. Let me show you something. What's your absolute favorite car in the entire world? You got a favorite car? Got a favorite car? Porsche. Describe it to me. Give me the color, give me the interior. Give me how you envision it in your mind.
Silver.
Silver in the inside? Okay, great. Got a favorite car? Got a favorite car? Who's got a favorite car?
I do. Oh.
Go, tell me what's your favorite car. Wait, white Lamborghini. Interior? Black interior. Anybody else got a favorite car?
Crazy.
Go for it. Rolls Royce. Okay, give me the Rolls Royce. Okay. All right, let's assume that the 3 of you own these cars. And let's assume that on the way to school this morning, you took a little bit extra time and you polished up the inside of the cars and, just wiped a little bit of snow off the outside of the cars and it was looking great and you were feeling great. And when I'm through speaking, you've got the keys in your pocket and you're just going to take off someplace, really go someplace. Okay? Now let's take it one step further. Let's assume that I'm driving through the parking lot or up and down the street with an enormous crane with a wrecking ball on the crane. Okay? And I get to the Porsche, and I drive around the Porsche once, and I swing the wrecking ball out, and I go wham! And I take off the entire front end of that Porsche. And then I go to the back and I go wham! And I zap that one too. Then I move over to the white Lamborghini, conceivably a $50,000 car. And I just go right down the side and go wham! Wipe it out. Drop the wrecking ball on top, scrambled eggs, right like that. Then I get to the Rolls. Bigger car, a little bit more energy in this. And I get to the Rolls and I drive it around. And I take the front end, I smash the front end, I drive the back, smash the back in, drop the top down, Crunch City, right like that. The cars are not insured. You got 42 months worth of payments left on those cars. There is no motive for my action. How do you feel about me? I hate my guts. Want to get a little lower? You can go as low as you want. Go ahead. How do you feel about me? You know you want to kill him. How do you feel about me? You kill me, okay. You want to describe how you kill me? break my bone? How do you feel about it?
Break your neck.
You break my neck. I guess you can't get any lower than that. If you walk away from this talk with nothing else but this, store it someplace. If this car was the only thing that everybody saw you through, if this was the image that you projected to everybody, if this car was you, then I've just taken it all away. I've just destroyed you. I've just wiped you out. So if you don't feel good from the inside out as opposed to the outside in, somebody at some point in your life is going to take it all away. They'll steal it. They'll walk away with it. As much as you choose to protect it, if that's the only thing that you're noted for is the stuff you've got, it'll never be enough. There will never be enough of it. 5 years ago, I worked in the earthquake area in Italy. Can you imagine every one of you in this room coming home and finding everything you own completely destroyed? 100 square miles of just complete devastation. Houses, cars, every kind of property was gone in 38 seconds. The people that felt that they had friends where they were, that they loved living where they were going to stay. The people that were going to take off were the people that were afraid that maybe if they bought another car, another earthquake would come. If you don't feel good from the inside out, if you're only working from the outside in your life, there will never, ever be enough to fulfill you. Does anybody have a dollar bill?
Break.
Come on. Anybody got a dollar bill? You got a dollar bill?
Here you go.
Who's got a dollar bill? Can you stand up for a second here? Okay, can you hold it up? Hold it up. Okay, would you tear it in half for me a little bit, please? You tear it in half, you tear it in half. Yeah. Is dealing with survival issues. Every one of you knows we run our whole society on that. Every one of you knows that this has some value. But damn, if this is the only thing in your life that motivates you, there'll never be enough. There will never be enough. And we're all so busy looking around at what everybody else has got, where everybody else is. That we never look at our own value. Every one of you in this room has some value. Unfortunately, most of you don't buy it. Most of you allow other people to set the standards. How many people in your life do you know that really feel great about themselves? You know everybody in your life feels great about themselves. Okay? How many people in your life do you know that really feel good about themselves, feel good about their jobs, feel good about being fulfilled? You know everybody? Really? You guys? Good stuff. I love to live right where you are. How many people do you know that really feel good about themselves? Don't say everybody because they said it. How many people do you know? You don't know. Nobody's like that? If you know people that feel good about themselves, work off of some of their energy because they may have a lot to give to you. If some of you in this room don't know people that feel good about themselves, stop and think about why they don't feel good about themselves. Many of them have compromised where they're at in their life. Many of them have sold out, are doing jobs that they hate, are in lives that they hate, are in marriages that they hate. Do they didn't feel good about themselves from day one? Come on up. This is your chance to get me back to the role. Come on. No, I know. I'm giving him a chance to come back. You got it. Grab my wrist on both sides, both hands. I want you to pull me and I want you to go crazy. I don't care whether you go crazy. I want you to say, Jim, I want you over there. I want you to say, Jim, I want you over there. And I just want you, forget about tearing my arms out. I've been doing this for 5 years. Although, don't tear my, wait a minute! Okay, I want you to say, Jim, I want you over here. And I want you to say, Jim, I want you over there. And I just want you to pull me like crazy. Okay? Just go crazy. I want you over here. Yeah, go on, go! Come on! You say it.
I want you over here.
Come on, you say it. Come on, pull him. This way, come on, don't go crazy. Come on. Oh. You all right? How many of you sometimes feel like that? Parents want a little party, friends want a little party, your family wants a little party, school wants a little party. Everybody wants a little party. Where is there a part for you? When do you start to feel good about yourself? Everyone in this room wants someone to care about them. When I was growing up in New York City, I wanted to be accepted at any price. Any price. I was a member of a street gang for 6 years. And if it wasn't for the fact that we had a birthday in the family, I'd be in Elmira prison now in upstate New York because four of my friends, quote-unquote friends, killed an old man in Central Park for $7. And I would have been there because I went where everybody went. I just wanted someone to take the time to say, hey, I've got some value. And these were the only guys that ever took the time to say, I've got some value. And so I looked all around me for somebody just to say, Jim, you're okay. And I went every place to do that. And I kept asking people, and I kept going around and I kept saying, please care about me. Please care about me. Please. Look at me. Look, I've got some value, but I didn't do it that way. I didn't do it that way. I walked around, I strutted around, but I never let people know that I was scared or frightened or weak or uncomfortable. And I just walked around strutting all the time, but deep down inside I was really feeling alone. And I was asking for people to care about me. And the only people that seemed to have any caring were the guys that I was running with. And you want to know the interesting thing? Most of them didn't care about themselves. So we're all like hanging on to each other like a lifeboat, trying to find some meaning in each other. Now their meaning is in upstate New York. I saw them 5 years ago. A whole bunch of us got together and went up to see them in upstate New York. They believe their lives are over. They believe their lives are over. We all, unfortunately, wind up looking to other people to make us feel good about who we are. And we accept where other people say we should go. Let's assume there were two leaders in the school, and two leaders got together one day and decided that everybody in the school should wear blue jean jackets. They got together and said, everybody in the school should wear blue jean jackets. If you really want to be accepted by us, go for it, put on a blue jean jacket. 2 weeks later, they thought, hey, this is not working. Let's switch it over to brown jean jackets. So we're asking everybody in the school to wear brown jean jackets. If you really want to be liked, what would you have to do then? You have to get a brown jean jacket, sure, of course. That's gut level stuff. Look around you at how many people are taking the same concept and putting it into the rest of their lives. Following somebody else's dream instead of developing their own. Looking for other people to make them feel worthwhile instead of looking inside themselves. And how many of you in this room are doing that kind of stuff? There's a part of the talk that I started about a year ago that I feel the best about. It's all that the talk is. Because you own it. It's yours. I want as many of you, or all of you, we will wait here until, if you decide that every one of you in this room wants to do that, I want you to come up to the mic and share one good thing that you feel about yourself. Because even for a couple of seconds, maybe the fact that you got up and you acknowledged that you had some value, maybe it would start for the rest of your life. And I've watched it in other schools. Yesterday I was at Mendon High School. A student got up and said, I have no friends. I have no friends, and I really need friends, and I really want all of you to care about me. And 25 people jumped out of the audience and hugged him and cared for him. And it was the first time that they had ever even acknowledged that he was alive. I had a student in East Jackson High School a week ago that held her arm up to the mic. Look, no more track marks, I'm drug-free. I had a student a week and a half ago that forgave her mother for child abuse in front of 1,500 people. I had a student that was physically deformed and only 3 feet high with a large head that got up and said, I know people are going to laugh at me all my life. And I know people are going to stare, and I know I'm going to be uncomfortable. But I want you to know I'm fighting back, and I'm trying to feel better about myself. For many of you, you're sitting in your seats and say, hey, listen, I can't come to the mic. That's too much. If you saw me 15 minutes ago, you'd see me pacing up and down. What I do is very uncomfortable for me. I changed schools 5 times between grade school and high school. And every time I changed schools, the overwhelming shyness that was a part of my life since I was very young just kept coming over me. I never talked to anybody in the schools. I was like a piece of furniture. I would just come to school, go to classes, leave and go home, and I never talked to anybody. It was too painful for me. My last day began with T, and I used to be sitting in the back of the room. And I would hope that the teacher would never call him. I would hope that the teacher would never call on me. I was so shy. So what I'm doing now is very difficult for me because there's always, those scars never leave you. And I'm asking some of you to get up and conquer some fears too. And I know it's tough. Part of the process too of having somebody come to the mic is that everybody in the school supports them. When I first started doing this, the first talk that I gave, a student got up and said, "I'm trying to be a great singer," and everybody in the room laughed at that person. Stop and think about the next time that person had to get up to conquer a fear in her life. Stop and think about whether she'd be able to do it or not. Only because everybody else put her down. We're not immune. Nobody in this room is immune to put downs. Let me show you something. Let me see a show of hands of everybody in this room that somebody in the last year has put them down. Honest. Put them down. People who put you down don't want you to feel good about yourself. It's a game that people play with you. They don't want you to feel good about yourself. So the more they can keep you down, the more they can insult you, the more they can jam you, the more they can keep you at their level. So by pushing you down and pushing you down, you stay at their level. The better you feel, the higher you're going to rise, the worse they're going to feel about themselves. Because they got to look at you feeling good, and they feel jammed, and they feel crummy. Anyway, you own this part of the talk. I'll start it. I'm asking Bob and Vern and some other people to come up because it'll be a real injustice to every one of you in this room if we asked you to do something that we're not prepared to do. So my name is Jim Tooman, and I'm really grateful that I have an opportunity in my life before I die to be able to share my own sensitivities and caring with all of you. And that's what I'm grateful for. Bob? Please keep supporting these people who come to the mic. Go ahead.
You got me to say something that I like about myself.
Yeah, anything that you like about yourself, anything that you care about yourself.
I like my sense of humor, and I like my ability to take things lightly, not be real serious about a lot of things.
Start to line up, guys.
I like the fact that I guess it's called perseverance. So once I start something, I'll work at it until I accomplish whatever I started. And as far as humor is concerned, I like the fact that some folks can call me different names and everything and this other thing, and I just look at them and say, "Oh yeah? I'm sorry you feel that way."
I like myself because I can make up stuff like, "My name is Stoney. I don't eat bologna. I keep my bankroll inside my pony. And if you're feeling lonely, turn on your Sony. I rock to you, baby, like fresh pepperoni."
I feel good about myself because, before I came to Vine School, I was hardly going to school, missed a lot of days and all that, And I got a good report card this year, I feel good about that.
This stuff takes some courage. Okay? Please keep acknowledging these people. And don't let the fears keep you down on this. All right? Go.
I feel good because I mean what I mean. Can I pick up that?
Yeah, go. Grab some. Come on, let's see. Even for 10 seconds. Even you acknowledge that.
Okay, clear about this Rambo junk. Y'all crazy. But I feel good about myself because before I came to Vine, I didn't know where I was going. But now that once I'm here, I know that after I leave here, I got somewhere to go.
Come on, you own this part. You own this part. Some of you are just sitting in your seats and saying, there's no way in the world I can get up and do that. And I have to tell you that at every school,
I feel good about myself because before I came to Vine,
wait.
before I come to Vine, I was missing school. I didn't go. I didn't care. And so I feel good about myself because I'm coming to school.
all right.
I feel good about myself because last year I was going to school, but I wasn't doing nothing. And now I go to Vine, I'm doing something.
Come on. My father had 2 heart attacks about a year ago. And I never told my father that I loved him. We were always a family that just kind of hugged, and we did a lot of sharing, but never any acknowledging. We never told each other. We never voiced the fact that we cared about one another. And the first time that I got up and I shared, my father was in the audience, and I got up in front of 5,000 people and told my father that I loved him. And it was the closest moment that I think I've ever had with my family in my life. I just told him in front of 5,000 people that I loved him. And believe me, that was difficult. Believe me, that was difficult. So if some of you in the room have somebody special in your life that you want to just share with, just even to come up and open up and talk about it. Come on, you own this part of the talk. Everybody's sitting there and kind of just squirming in their seats and saying, no way, I can't come to do this. But I want to tell you that the people who already came up, opened themselves up, and gave you a little bit of a chance to see them as they were. Visual electronics.
I feel good about myself for staying home when my grandfather was dying right now. And he really
Well, I feel good about myself because I'm a good mother for one. I have beautiful kids. And I'm very proud of having, really thinking about it because I had a bunch of complications in school and now I'm getting things together and I'm happy because I did a career for what I got.
I feel good about myself because this school makes me feel good.
What do you feel good about?
I feel good about myself because I'm alive.
I feel good about myself because I make fine.
I feel good about myself just because I'm going here. So I came here because I was having a lot of family problems. Since I came here, me and my family's getting along a lot better.
home tonight and share that with your family, okay? That you got up in front of 100 people and you told them they had to die.
I feel good about myself because I got a lot of friends in this school and a lot of boys that look up to me.
Come on, you own this part of the talk. Don't let the fear beat you down on you.
I feel good about myself because last year I never went to school and I partied most of the time. And now I'm not partying as much as I used to. I feel good.
Most of you don't know me. Some of you saw me at out Pretty Lake. My name is Howard Ferris, and I feel good because I'm a part of Vine. I feel good because a long time ago, I learned that I can do anything that I want to do. I feel good about myself for who I am and what I am, no matter what anybody else says.
I feel good about myself because I don't make judgments about other people.
Hang on to that. That's real courage stuff. Easy to make judgments. It's tough to stand up and say you don't. Come on, you own this part of the talk. It's a small group. You can sit right there. Go ahead. Just stand up in your seat if you want, instead of coming to the mic if it's too difficult for you. Say anything. Don't let other people tell you what to say. You're on.
I feel good about myself, especially right now, because seeing this kind of thing makes me know that I come to school every day with a group of people that have guts and they can face up to things.
I feel good about myself. Before I came to Vine, I wasn't doing nothing with my life. And now at least I got some sense of direction.
I'd just like to say that since I've stopped using drugs, I'm getting along a lot better with my dad and my mom, and I'm just doing good in school like that.
Last year when I wasn't going to school, wasn't doing my work, and I'm going to Vine now and I'm doing good.
All right.
If it's too uncomfortable for you to come to the mic, just stand up. It's too uncomfortable for you to come to the mic, stand up in your seat and just acknowledge it. I notice how people are nudging each other. Why wait for somebody else to start to make you feel good about yourself? Why not just stand up and acknowledge it? As I said, you own this part of the talk. Go for it. We'll wait it out.
I feel good about myself. I feel good about myself because although I'm almost a senior citizen, I still feel young and I still love kids.
I feel good about myself because last year I wasn't going to school. The teacher stopped me. I'm just going to give no one. This year I'm going to school. I'm going to Vine. I'm doing all right.
I feel good about myself because I have so many talents.
Wait. The whole idea is for someone to acknowledge who they are and then to have everybody support them. He just got up and said that he really had a lot of talents, and I looked over at you and you said, what talents? How come you were not up there?
I went up there, man.
The more you put somebody down, the worse it's going to be the next time they decide to really share who they are. And every one of you in this room is capable of shutting down the person at the mic. And also every one of you in this room is capable of supporting that person at the mic. You got some choices. Go.
I feel good about myself because I got good friends and nice teachers.
I feel good about myself because I made straight A's last marking period. It's like I feel good anyway, and it's a lot of sweet teachers here. Another thing I forgot, I feel good about myself because I got help around me.
I feel good about myself because I got a family that loves me.
Anybody else? Last shot.
I feel good about myself because I was able to wake up this morning and come to Vine School.
To me, courage is doing something that you don't want to do or you don't have to do. It's not standing up to somebody that you're afraid of so much. It's not being brave or having macho. It's doing something that's not absolutely expected of you. It's doing something that you're not required to do. It's doing something that you don't really want to do. I like myself because, frankly, I think I have that kind of courage.
Yesterday at Mendon, I had to run a second assembly just because people said afterwards that they were just too afraid to get up and it was too difficult. Could they do it again? And so I vowed that at every school where I spoke that I would give it as much of a last shot for people to come to the mic as I possibly could. So if there's any of you that are sitting there that really want to still take a shot at it, you don't have to come up here, just stand up in your seats. I want to give everybody a chance to conquer a fear.
Okay, I feel good about myself because, like most of you sitting out there, I was real shy in high school. And you don't think about that as a teacher. All you students think, oh, we love ourselves, we talk so much anyways. But I really had to overcome my shyness, and I never let anybody into my personal life, in terms of sharing my feelings. But I feel that most of my students here make me feel good, so I feel good that they can respond to me that way.
I feel good about myself because, like all of you students, I have a daughter who's 22 now, and when she was in high school, she was having all kinds of problems, and she never finished high school. She moved out to Colorado, and when I came to work for this school, it made me feel so good to see all you kids and get to know you because you remind me of my daughter who I love so much, and I love every one of you, and I know you all have a chance to become successful and as happy as she has, because she has finished most of her GED. She has finished hair school and has opened up her own business. She's getting married next year, and I know you all can do it. I taught her, or hoped I had taught her, that if you believe in yourself, you can do anything in the world you want to do. And she's proved to me that I wasn't wrong, and I know all of you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel good about myself because I'm here at Vine around people who care.
Anyone else before we close it down?
I feel good about myself because last year I didn't go to school, barely passed, and I'm here. I feel good about myself because before I started going here, I was going nowhere fast. And since I'm going here, I'm getting myself back together.
I feel good about myself. I feel grateful because I've got a 1-year-old boy, I got a 2-year-old little girl, and a 6-year-old girl, and a very lovely wife, and they give me a hug and kiss every morning and tell me they love me.
I have another one. Ever since I went back to school this year, my life at home has also improved since it was before. Me and my mom are getting along much better. My dad, well, sort of.
I just wanted to go up here and tell Derek I was sorry, and that I could look up to the fact. That's why I feel good about myself.
Think of the amazing amount of courage you can do.
You got one to bear. Well, I feel good about myself. I feel good about myself for a lot of reasons. Mostly because I feel that Vine School is very important. And I see 160 reasons sitting before me between faculty and staff, and that it's really good to be a part of your lives and to share. But one thing about sharing takes risk, and risks are sometimes scary for all of us. And some of you I've seen grow, some of you I've seen crawl, and some I know will fly very high when you leave here. But no matter whatever you do, we're all a part of each other, we're all a family, and we all love each other. As much as we get on each other's nerves, as much as you hate in-house, and I hate it too, I must admit, but we'll all grow together. And I feel good about myself mainly for one reason, because I know that Christ lives within me, and I can share that love no matter what, and that one day, when it's all been said and done, we'll all walk together, and we'll all hug each other, and we'll all be free to do whatever we want. And there'll be no bondage, there'll be no struggles, and we'll be free to be the kind of people that we were meant to be, to enjoy life, and really hug each other, and be the kind of people we were meant to be.
Up to come to the mic. Now let's give an equal round of support to all those people who maybe the next time in their lives they get an opportunity to challenge a fear, maybe they will stand up and challenge it and overcome it. 20 years ago, I got an opportunity when the Beatles made their first national tour. I was working for a student newspaper, and I got a chance to go on the road with the Beatles. And it was in Chicago. John Lennon had put a full-page ad in the Chicago Tribune asking to meet with 100 aspiring songwriters for the purpose maybe he would be able to pick out one of their songs and maybe the Beatles would sing it and produce it. 5,000 people applied. They selected 100 people. In a Northwestern University auditorium, Lennon met with 100 people, and I was standing in the back of the room, and he was a real soft-spoken man. And he came to the mic and he said to everybody, "I am no more talented than any of you." And a lot of people started mumbling and talking back and forth. And he came back and he said it again. He said, "I am no more talented than any of you." And a man in the back said, "John, how can you say that? The world loves your music. You've been an inspiration to millions of people. You're making a ton of money. Everywhere you go, people recognize who you are. How can you tell us we have not had one song that's been published? Not one person is singing our songs besides ourselves." He said, "The only difference between myself and you is if I've got a dream, if I've got a song in my gut, I can have somebody write it, somebody promote it, somebody play it, and hopefully somebody buy it. Every one of you in this room has been given second, third, fourth, fifth chances to start to feel good about yourselves. Every one of you in this room now has a shot at it. I believe in you, and I do this because I believe in you. The teachers got up and acknowledged that they believe in you, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything if everybody in this room believes in you, if you don't work from the inside out and believe in yourselves. You can make it happen. But no one is going to always be there to tap you on the shoulder to tell you that. So at some point in your life, you're going to have to reach down deep and find it yourselves. It's my hope that maybe one of you will be seeing me walking down the street someday, and you'll walk up to me, you'll tap me on the shoulder, and you'll say, "You know, Jim, we heard you speak 4 or 5 or 10 years ago, and I want you to know that I'm really feeling great about who I am, and I'm really going after some good stuff in my life, and I really am fulfilling a lot of my own dreams." And I'll walk away with a smile on my face because that's all that it's about. You can make it happen. Now go out and do it. Thanks for taking the time. Whose dollar bill that you're up? Before any of you go, hey, fellas, you took mine too. Okay, what I'd like all of you to do, or anybody who wants to do it, is the scraps that are on the floor, and I'll just keep tearing them up. So wait, don't get the scraps that are on the floor. I'd like you to take a small part of the dollar bill, put it someplace, put it in a drawer, put it in your wallet, put it up on the wall, put it someplace long after you forget the talk or you forget anything that was shared today. Wait, they can't sound above you. Long after you forget anything that went on today, if you look at this little piece of dollar a year from now or 2 years from now or 6 months from now or tomorrow, remember that you can go after who you are. You don't have to compromise. Okay. So, anybody that wants wait? Hold it. There'll be more. Go along with that. Put him back there. Put more. Let me have your attention just for a minute. One behind you.
stop a lot.
When we're done with our assembly program today, we're going to third hour class. I'd like to report the third hour. We will do our student breaks. We will come around and dismiss by classroom for breaks. You will stay in third hour until we give the announcements to pass. Mr. Tooman will be in our building the rest of the day. We'll be visiting. I can't say anything after this assembly. It was great. Thank you.
Jim.